It's time for the Doug Garrison Show. This week, Bobby Glenn Brown is here to tell us about his upcoming show at the Lake Superior Theater. Doug introduces us to a very interesting person by the name of Nicole Young. A couple guys from the Marquette Golf Club are here to tell us about some national recognition. A group from Nicuna performs the Outlaws Band. Hey, that's us. The Doug Garrison Show starts now.
Tell the host 2 minutes. Stand by live to tape. Lighting to show level, please. Confirm front of house sound, PFL. Roll tape on masters, channel to places. Alright, let's clear the set. Cue John music, open stage mics, standby effects, standby CG. Standby to open on 3, 2. Alright folks, let's have a good show. Stand by, roll it in.
Okay. All right, okay. All righty, thank you very much. We've got a great crowd here at Up Front and Company. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for joining us at home on Charter Channel 12 and Fox UP. Okay, we've got a lot to get to tonight. Just a couple things before we get started. I did want to remind you that the Seafood Fest, the Rotary West Seafood Fest, is this weekend down at our Matson Lower Harbor Park in Marquette. Big events. Friday night, it's the Project Pink Floyd tribute band, along with the local band Sucker Punch, starts at 5 o'clock. It's a great fundraiser for Rotary West in our community. And from what I understand about this show, it's a light show, great music. It's a great event. So get your tickets online from the NMU ticket site, or you can buy them at the door. It costs a couple of bucks more, but if you can support that, you'll have a great time doing it. Another thing. A couple times now, I've noticed that when someone from out of our area refers to something happening in our area, they have used the phrase, on the Upper Peninsula. Now, typically, those of us who live here, we say, in the Upper Peninsula. But a couple times I've seen this reference to on the Upper Peninsula. I kind of like that. I kind of like to see us maybe start to use this phrase and make it more of common usage. It sounds a little classier, a little cooler to me. You know, if people talk about summering out on Cape Cod, they wouldn't say in Cape Cod, they'd say on Cape Cod or on the Cape. Or if they wintered in the Southwest, they would be on the Baja Peninsula, not in the Baja Peninsula. So let's get that going. Let's talk about, instead of referring to in the Upper Peninsula, let's be more geographic and say on the Upper Peninsula. Can I get everybody to say it with me one time? Let's give it a try. On the Upper Peninsula. One more time. On the Upper Peninsula. Okay, we got the ball started rolling a little bit. We'll keep working on that, but I like the sound of that. Maybe we can affect some change here on the Doug Garrison Show. Okay, we got a lot to get to. Like I said, we're going to talk about some upcoming events in the area. We're going to meet an interesting person. We're going to talk about golf, and we got a cool band from the Copper Country called the Outlaws Band. So stick around. We'll be right back. All right.
Riverside of Marquette wants you back to school, back in the woods, or back home for the weekend in a new pre-owned car or truck. And to do it, we're going to give you a $500 Visa gift card. Their lot is busting with late model local trade-ins, many with over 30 MPGs, payments as low as $89 a month, financing from 1.9%. With well over 600 to choose from, why would you go anywhere else? Riverside Auto Mall of Marquette.
The Doug Garrison Show is brought to you in part by Bell Hospital and Bell Rehab Services. Safely take the road to physical recovery with Bell Rehab Services. And by Marquette Golf Club, home of the classic heritage and award-winning Greywalls golf courses. For rates and information, visit marquettegolfclub.com. All right. Tonight's Focus on Arts and Culture is presented by City Insurance, a full-service independent insurance agency offering competitive prices and services for all types of personal and business insurance. That's City Insurance. All right, for our Focus on Arts and Culture, I've been hoping to talk to Bobby Glenn Brown because he is the main man as far as arts and culture go, but I think I'm not sure if I see him I was hoping he'd be here, but hang on, here he is. Come on in, Bobby Glenn. Good to see you.
Good to see
Bobby
you.
Glenn Brown, folks. We must have pulled you away from rehearsal.
That's all right. Theater's like TV and life. It's temporal.
And you got to be there when it's on. Listen,
Right.
You've got a show coming up. It's called Bobby Glenn Brown and Friends. You have other friends. What's going on with this?
It's an evening of Broadway show tunes, classics that people have might heard, or standards. And if you saw Dandelion Cottage that I directed earlier this summer, the four girls that were the leads are my friends in the show.
That's it. You and the four. And who are the four girls?
Mallory Grugan, Laura Thompson. We also have Allison Heitinen and Laura Tompkins.
And they were on our show. They're awesome.
They're incredible. And then one gentleman, Jeff Jennings from Negaunee.
Now, Rusty Bowers did his own show, so you had to do your own show too.
Well, of course, it was a fun night that he had put together. Mine's a little different, of course. But if you can come and see it, we'd love to have you. It's 3 nights only.
Okay, when and where?
It's at the Lake Superior Theater Boathouse, yep. August 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, 7:30. You can call 227-ROCK for ticket information.
Okay, and is this the first time you've ever done something like this?
It's the first time I've done a one-man show.
Yeah.
There's songs in it that people might know that I've done as characters in musicals before, and some surprises.
I'm sure there will be. Okay, so get your tickets. Check it out. Lake Superior Theater website for all the information. Bobby Glenn Brown and Friends. You don't want to miss it. I'm going to let you get back to rehearsal. You're looking sharp.
I know. I guess I'm overdressed. I thought you'd have a tie on tonight.
I'm sorry. It's clean at least. Okay, right. Bobby Glenn, thanks for stopping in. Good luck with Bobby Glenn Brown and Friends.
Late.
All right, you're doing good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check that out. All right, stick around. When we come back, a person of interest. I think you'll like that. All right.
City Insurance has you covered. Located on Washington Street, Marquette.
Fox Negaunee is proud to offer Chevy's Total Confidence pricing. Receive the same price as GM employees and suppliers, the lowest price guaranteed, and take an additional Fox family discount.
Save with confidence on a brand new Chevy Malibu starting at only $19,839.
Or take home a 2012 Chevy Equinox starting just under $25,000.
If you don't love your new vehicle, you can even return it.
Fox Negaunee is more than a dealership. It's a relationship between us and our customers. Fox Negaunee, Marquette County's hometown dealer, only the best.
They love you. People of Interest is presented by Canale Tinella Funeral Home. Canale Tinella is family operated since 1893, and we thank Mark Canale for his support of this program in this segment, which today features Nicole Young. Nicole, thanks for joining us.
Honored to be here.
How about that? Did you know that you were an interesting person?
Not until you called.
It's official now. It's official.
Thank you.
You are a person of interest, not just because you're interesting, but because you're interested in a lot of things as well. And that's evidenced by the fact that you work at Pioneer Surgical here in town, but you're an author as well.
I am.
Yeah, you've written 3 books. You have them here. Called Love Me If You Must, Kill Me If You Can, and Kiss Me If You Dare. The titles are intriguing, but tell me a little bit about first, how'd you get into writing?
I spent a lot of time reading books, and quite frankly got to the point where, I thought, gosh, I think I could do better than this, and found out that no, that's not an easy task.
No,
Writers,
sure
there's a little bit of a craft, a little bit of a talent behind there. I did start studying the craft, did some trial novels that were absolutely miserable.
But no formal teaching, just on your own?
On basically self-taught, I guess, in a way. Got involved with a critique group through a writers association and had a wonderful critique partner who was absolutely merciless. Yeah. And her kindness to me in being merciless is how I was able to finally win a contest for best first chapter of a book. And then through that contest, I got an agent, and through that agent, I got a 3-book contract. So it was kind of an interesting and quick path to being published, not a typical path at all.
No. Now, just a little bit briefly about the books. It's kind of a series. You have a heroine or a protagonist or some sort. Her name is Tish Amble. Who is Tish Amble, and how does she play through these books?
Tish Amble is a character. She's looking for answers. She's a woman in her 30s who's kind of had a bit of a tragic background, hasn't quite known what to do with herself. She fixes up old homes, sells them, and then moves on to the next home. And so each of the books in the series is her starting fresh at a new old house and beginning the renovations. And of course, each book there's a murder, there's a mystery to solve, and really it's a 3-book story of her journey to finding out more about herself.
There's some romance involved too.
Absolutely.
You got to have that.
We can't have a book without romance.
Yeah. How do you characterize these books then? Romantic mysteries, or what do you call them?
They're categorized romantic mystery. I would call them more romantic suspense, only because they're not the typical whodunit. It's not the formula whodunit mystery.
Yeah. Okay. Do you plan on more books in this series then?
You know, I did not plan on more books in this series, but the books have been released as ebooks, and since that release, I've gotten email after email after email saying, "Where is book 4?" And so that's just something that I'm beginning to toy with.
If the public calls, then you have to answer that call.
Yeah, and I've got all kinds of great things in store for Tish if we decide to do a book 4.
Do you draw from your own experiences quite a bit when creating these characters and the stories?
You know, not so much experiences as emotions. The stories, you know, it's a character-driven story. The plot is, I want to say, a sideline to her and her development and her discovering herself. And so, you know, it's not so much important the experiences she's having. It's so much more the emotional development, how she's able to make the reader feel and how they can relate to what circumstance she's in, regardless of what it is.
Sounds good. You also are involved in music. You're not just an author. You tell us about your music interest.
I am in 2 bands. I'm in a band that sings, we're a country gospel band, and we've been together, 12 years. I'm a vocalist and a fiddle player in that one, and I also belong to a band out of Garden called Diamonds and Gold, and we're more the country, the dance type country, and we have performed around Michigan, and I have really enjoyed kind of the girl time and the playing time, and just love to sing and fiddle.
And you have 4 children, you tell me, and you live in Garden,
yes.
So you make the long trip to Marquette every day, probably just about.
Yeah.
What's next for Nicole Young then, other than maybe writing some more books? What's in the future for you?
You know, I'm just very excited by my career path at the moment. Looking forward to, you know, continuing on. I'm in communications and continuing on in that field. Looking forward to time to write additional books. Got a couple on the burner that I'd love to finish. Just enjoying spending time with my kids, and just looking forward to, you know, really fun future as they're growing, and I'm getting closer to, you know, the golden years.
Absolutely. Well, you're a ways away from that yet. But if you're interested, you can visit her website. It's NicoleYoung.net. You can order the books from the website as well, I'm sure. Okay, great. Well, Nicole, you are certainly a person of interest. Thank you very much for joining us today, and good luck in whatever you do. Nicole Young, our person of interest today.
Thank you.
All right, stick around when we come back. 4. All right. Good job.
There are many reasons for pre-planning funerals. Peace of mind, sparing family difficult decisions, paying for tomorrow's services at today's prices. But none is more important than making someone's loss a little less empty. Contact Canale Tonella Funeral Home for their free brochure on pre-planning.
At Joe's Automotive, we didn't hire a marketing team wanting us to move to a high-cost, easy-to-find location. Nope, we're still inconveniently located across from the municipal power plant, saving money to spend on what is most important, the latest electronic diagnostic equipment and the top certified mechanics. At Joe's Automotive, we didn't need a Washington bailout. Instead, we're offering a stimulus package for you. Take 15% off the cost of labor and 10% off the cost of parts. That's because at Joe's Automotive, we know you want no-hassle quality service at a reasonable price.
We've got another great crowd here at Up Front. Remember, come on down and join us. We tape on Tuesday nights. We start at about 6:30. We have a good time. Also, remember, like us on Facebook and check that out. You'll be able to follow all the comings and goings of the Doug Garrison Show. Okay, I want to welcome an old friend, Mark Gilmore's here with us from the Marquette Golf Club, and Craig Moore's with us as well. Mark's been on before. Craig, your first time, but you guys are here to talk about something special. You know, everybody knows we've got Greywalls Golf Course out there, and it's been the talk of the town since what, about 2005 now, I think, was when it opened?
Yep. 2005 we opened in the fall, but 2006 was our first full season.
Yeah, and it's got a lot of attention, but you got a new accolade, we'll call it, just recently from Golf Magazine. We can put these up on our screen. These are some of the notable accomplishments or accolades that the course has gotten. And we'll see courses you can play, which means they're not private courses. They're courses anybody can play, right? Yeah. Number 84, and this is what just came out. Golf Magazine, number 84 course in the country that you can play, number 2 in Michigan, and then all courses, private, whatever, 79 in the country. Yep. So we're talking about this most recent one, which is 84 in the country. Must make both of you very proud.
Very proud, yeah.
Yep. It's incredible. Now, this is one thing when you go around talking about the course and telling people how great it is, you can lead with this, and it certainly means something.
Absolutely. Anything in the magazines or media like this is really dynamic for our club, the community, and actually the UP in general.
Yeah. So, you know, one thing I noticed looking at the list was that we're ahead of Doral, which everybody's familiar with in Miami. They play one of the big tournaments there. This is ranked higher than Doral, so it's right here on the Upper Peninsula, as we're saying now.
It's such a unique facility, you know, and it's so memorable. People come out and they play it, and they remember the holes. They remember the first hole, the second hole, the fifth hole, you know, and so many other places you go and play, and you don't remember the holes. They kind of all blend in at the end of the round.
You would never call it a cookie cutter course.
No,
it's by no means. Mike DeVries, the designer of it, took the land and really used the land and made some remarkably, like you say, memorable holes.
Exactly.
And people I talk to that come in from other towns and walk off that course, they say this is one of the most greatest courses they've ever played.
Yeah.
And the views are neat. You can see Lake Superior. Some of the shots are incredibly challenging. I like to say it's a fun course. And Craig, you're the superintendent out there. All credit to you because that course is in tremendous shape.
Well, thank you.
The greens, which people really care about, are usually just perfect.
I have great staff that follows directions very well. So.
Yeah. Well, certainly weather helps. We've had a decent summer. We had a little dry days recently, but the course plays just great. Yeah. Do you play much yourself? Do you get out?
I do. I'm a golf addict. Not as much anymore with the family, but I used to play every single day. Yeah. I get out and hit balls once a week at least now.
Yeah, and Mark doesn't get out as much as he should, but that's the nature of working at a golf course.
Yeah, it is today. We're trying to do more each year and every day, and Greg and I talked about this quite a bit, with less. I mean, we just don't have the budgets that we used to, and we try to manage. So
get out there and play whenever you can. I wanted to mention, too, the Marquette Golf Club, both the Heritage and Greywalls course, the site of so many fundraisers throughout the summer. And that must make you feel pretty good, too, the way the course and club can contribute to all these people trying to raise money.
Absolutely, and just the community thinking of us to host their event like that is really enlightening to both of us, too. Our courses are maintained the best in the area. We have a great food and beverage manager. It handles all the functions as far as food, and so it works out really well.
And always open to new people coming in and saying we'd like to have an event there. We're open to that.
Definitely.
Yeah, okay. Now, Craig, you wanted to talk about something, this turf grass environmental stewardship program. What's that?
Yeah, it's a program that was spearheaded by university professors at MSU and a collaborative effort with superintendents and some government agencies to form a program to highlight the environmental awareness of golf courses, and it's a modular step program. You get into it, and so you go step by step through each chapter. First chapter is you do a mapping of the entire golf facility and highlight where everything is located. And it's a way for you to identify areas that could potentially be an environmental hazard risk to the property. And even if some places don't even have any,
But Marquette Golf Club is a part of this program.
Part of this program.
And you're the link to that.
Yeah, and I'm hoping probably another year or two that we can be certified into the program. And then it just brings public awareness that, this facility is doing the right things environmentally.
Yeah, I think people tend to think, gee, they're fertilizing, they're cutting grass and shrubs that they're not environmentally friendly, but really golf courses are very environmentally friendly.
Yeah, that's the furthest thing from the truth there. Yeah, I mean, the environment's always on our mind.
Sure, and some of the proof of that is when I go out there and play the wildlife I see. We see fox and deer and all kinds. Yeah, turkeys. I took a picture of some turkeys. So.
The wildlife is just spectacular. We started a bluebird program a few years ago. Before we were seeing maybe 2 or 3 bluebirds a month. Now we see them every day with the houses we have out there. Just the environmental habitat between the courses, the enhancements we've done on the heritage course, all has aided to that environmental awareness and activity on the facility, and it's enjoyed by everyone.
Sure. Well, my problem is I'm not seeing enough birdies and eagles, but we'll keep plugging away at that. Mark, we want to talk a little bit before we end here about a end of the season special you got going. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we do. For the remainder of the year, we have some special rates out there for fall membership packages, and kind of the kicker on it, Doug, is that whatever level you join at, half of that goes to your 2013 dues, which we think is a really dynamic way to get people to join the club.
Right. I've got the number in front of me. Say for total access, including Greywalls, $695 for a single. Mm-hmm. That's golf the rest of the year, and half that goes to next year's membership. So less than $350 golf all you want the rest of the year.
Yes, sir.
That's an awesome deal.
It is.
Okay, great. Well, hopefully some people take advantage of that. There's nothing like fall golf. We all agree on that?
September is the best month.
Great time to be out there. Okay. Mark, Craig, thank you very much for joining us. We'll enjoy the rest of the year at Marquette Golf Club.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Stick around when we come back. The Outlaws Band. You don't want to miss them. All right.
Thanks, Doug.
It's a sweet sound, turning the key in the lock of your new home. If you're house hunting or building this year, come in and talk to us about pre-qualifying for a mortgage at Peninsula Bank. While mortgage rates remain historically low, pre-qualified buyers are ready to make an offer when you find your dream home or property. Pick up a loan application at any Penn Bank office or drive-through. We're happy to assist you in completing the application. Peninsula Bank is an equal housing lender and member FDIC.
The Doug Garrison Show is brought to you in part by Iron Bay Computer and Design. Iron Bay gives you the quality and service you demand. And by Cliffs Natural Resources, a global mining leader with local investment and impact. Cliffs Natural Resources. All righty. Okay, we're bringing them in from all over now, folks. We've got a band from the Copper Country on the Upper Peninsula, and this is the Outlaws Band. I'm talking to Mark Gaberkoff, the spokesman for the group. Mark, thanks for coming down tonight.
Thanks for having us, Doug.
Tell me, how long you guys been together?
Over 6 years now. In June will be 7 years.
Pretty much same guys?
Same guys, yep.
And girls. We have a lady back here, too. I don't want to ignore her. Where are you guys playing these days?
We play mostly on the western half of the UP, so a lot not Noggin, Houghton, Michigan, around that area, Baraga.
Next gig, got some gigs people can look forward to?
Yep, we're going to post our fall schedule coming up on the Outlaws Band Facebook page, and our next gig, live gig, will be up in Noggin. After Labor Day, it's on Sunday the 2nd at 3 p.m. at the Shamrock in Noggin.
Sounds good. Why don't you introduce the band to us?
Over on lead guitar, we got Mr. Lee Sturbins. Over on pedal steel, Mr. Kevin Mackey. On drums, Mr. Mark Lusher. Over on bass, the wonderful and beautiful Mary Caratu.
And you guys do a combination of original stuff and do some covers?
Correct. Yep, we're doing classic country, a little bit of new country, rockabilly mix. So.
Well, let's get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Outlaws Band.
Well, them beautiful girls making me lose all my mind. Yes, them beautiful girls making me lose all my mind. And they're out without them, because they are so fine, 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 fine. Well, I can't live without them, because they are so fine. And they're always sending my heart to overdrive. Well, I find the one to love, find the one to hug, find the one for a kiss that I'm in need of. Well, them beautiful girls, yes, they drive me insane. I'm always gonna be that way, because they are to blame. Yes, them beautiful girls make me lose all my will. Well, them beautiful girls making me lose all my will. Seems I can never get enough, can never get my fill. Well, I find the one to love, find the one to hug, find the one for a kiss that I'm in need of. Well, them beautiful girls, yes, they drive me insane. I'm always gonna be that way, because they are to blame. Yes, them beautiful girls, well, they drive me insane.
Guess what? You can get any new or used car financed with the Marquette Community Federal Credit Union for 3.9% APR, new or used. Got your eye on this new Escalade? 3.9%. How about this 75 Gremlin? 3.9%. Looking at this stylish Dodge Dart? 3.9%. How about a new Chevy Cruze? 3.9%. RV, boat, tractor? 3.9%. What about this DeLorean Time Machine? 3.9%. 3.9% auto loans, new and used at the Marquette Community Federal Credit Union. Stop in and apply today.
Enjoy the golfing experience of a lifetime every day at Marquette Golf Club. Our two 18-hole championship courses offer everything from relaxing family fun to competitive golf as challenging as that found anywhere in the world. Our custom rate structure allows you to choose a membership package that accommodates your schedule and budget. And we offer reasonable daily fees, always available to the occasional player. In this day of green sensibilities, there's nothing more green than a day on the links at Marquette Golf Club.
All right, I want to thank our guests tonight. We had a brief encounter with Bobby Glenn Brown talking about his upcoming show. We had Nicole Young, our person of interest, and she was interesting. And, of course, Mark Gilmore and Craig Moore from Marquette Golf Club, home of Greywalls, the award-winning golf course, talking about a great end-of-the-year special there as well. Okay, thanks for joining us. Join us here again next week on the Doug Garrison Show. Let's get one more from the Outlaws Band.
How I love her so. Long dark hair, brown eyes, and a heart of gold. And she knows, yeah, 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 well she knows that I'm always here to stay, no matter what comes her way. No other woman in this world can match her ability. I love her so. Type of guy, but I never settle down, living